Hey everybody, it's Susan of Inner Creative Voice. I wanted to talk to you today as Sunday check-in begins another round about negative thoughts that arise, especially when you're trying to work through your own creative work, do your own thing. Those negative thoughts, those comments that are constantly running through your mind, constantly disrupting the flow of you bringing creativity and joy into your daily life. So, what I want to talk to you today about is how to take those negative thoughts and turn them around into positive thoughts. I've done a lot of work with affirmations, and over the years, when I first started with affirmations, I was not a fan, mostly because the negative talk in my voice would tell me negative things about affirmations. They're not worth it. Why bother? That's silly. You know what I'm talking about. So I continue to work with that. I've been working with that for years, did a lot of reading. I've got some suggestions if you're ever interested in different books and different authors and people who talk about affirmations and how to actually put those together in a very succinct way and work with that daily. But what I'd like to do is kind of taking a mismatch of all the different people I've listened to and how I have put that into my daily routine and see if it's something that might work for you. So, what I want you to think about is those negative thoughts that come up. Where do they manifest themselves? Are they always at certain times in your life? Are they when you're trying to do something new? Are they when you're maybe learning something new, creating something? Where do they start to show up? And in order to start to find that out, what I'd like you to do is get a small notebook and carry it with you for a week. Like starting today, as soon as you watch this, get that notebook and carry it around with you. And then anytime one of those negative thoughts pops into your head, write it down. Jot it down. Take a moment and write it down and just, hang on to that. I know it's kind of hanging on to some negative things for a while, but then what you'll start to do is you'll start to notice when those thoughts show up. And then when you start to write in your journal, take some sit down time, like 20 minutes, maybe midweek, or you could do this each day, and look through those negative thoughts and turn them around into positive thoughts. Something very simple that you could just do day to day basis, once a week, every now and then. So you just really start to get an idea of when that starts to happen and you can dig in a little deeper for yourself. But for my purposes with Sunday check-in, what I'd like you to do is sit down for 20 minutes after you've gotten some of those negative thoughts written down and work at just turning them around into the positive. So let's say something simple like, nobody likes me. Something, I don't know if that ever happens to you, but sometimes, I'll be thinking along and go, oh, nobody likes me, nobody likes what I'm doing, and I'll notice that, write it down, and then take a moment to turn that around. Well, what is it that I like about myself? What are my good qualities? What are the things that are likable to me, and therefore might lead into being likable to others, possibly, but that's not really my concern. So taking nobody likes me, turning it around to I appreciate myself. I like the things that I'm doing. I'm enjoying my life from where it is right now. I'm happy with the things that I'm surrounded with. I enjoy the people that I'm around. I like animals. I like nature. So really kind of pile it on and think about all of those things that are positive that can turn that thought around. So then what I'd like you to do is I've written just in my journal, just kind of put some negative thoughts down, rewrote them into positive. And then there's my card again, my cards that I love. I wrote down my affirmation that I will say this week. I approve of myself, I appreciate my life, and share love with others through listening. So that's going to be my affirmation for the week. Taking a negative thought, turning it around into the positive, taking a week of noticing in my journal, writing those things down. So I'd like you to do that. Take a week of noticing in your journal when the negative thoughts arise. Take time in your journal, sit down for about 20 minutes, shift those thoughts over into the positive. Pull one of those out, write it on a card, and keep it for your affirmation for the week. or for longer if you need to, however it works best for you. Okay, Susan Lochran, Inner Creative Voice, Sunday check-in. I'll talk to you next week.